Do you ever feel a little unsteady on your feet? Perhaps a bit weaker in your legs than you used to be? Maybe climbing stairs feels like a bigger effort, or you worry about taking a tumble when you're out and about. It's a reality many of us face as we get older. That creeping sense of our legs not quite having the same strength and spring they once did. That worry, that fear of losing your independence or having an accidental fall. It's a very real and sometimes painful truth. We often think about how to build strength, how to improve our health, and we turn to things that seem helpful, like vitamins. We assume that if a little is good, more must be better. Right. But what if I told you there's a surprising secret, something that many of us are doing with the best of intentions, that might actually be working against our leg strength, silently weakening us from the inside? It's a truth that many folks over 60 don't even consider, and it involves something as seemingly innocent as the vitamins we take. In this video, we're going to uncover 2 specific vitamins that, when taken incorrectly, can actually undermine the very leg strength you're trying to preserve, making you feel less stable and more vulnerable. We'll talk about why this happens, and more importantly, what you can do about it to protect your precious mobility. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you about how you can take back control of your leg health. Let's start by diving into the first vitamin that, in excess, can surprisingly weaken your legs, leading to that feeling of instability and sometimes even discomfort. You see, for years, we've been told how important vitamins are for our overall health. And for good reason. They play countless roles in keeping our bodies running smoothly. But just like anything, there can be too much of a good thing. And when it comes to vitamin B6 or pyridoxine, that too much can have a very direct, and frankly, quite alarming impact on the strength and sensation in your legs. It might sound counterintuitive, especially since B6 is crucial for so many bodily functions, including nerve health and metabolism. But here's the surprising twist. Very high doses of vitamin B6, particularly from supplements, have been linked to a condition called peripheral neuropathy. Now, what does that mean for your legs? Peripheral neuropathy is basically damage to the nerves outside of your brain and spinal cord. And these are the very nerves that transmit signals to and from your legs and feet. When these nerves are damaged, you can start to experience a range of uncomfortable symptoms. Things like numbness, tingling, a burning sensation, and perhaps most importantly, a noticeable weakness in your muscles, especially in your legs and feet. Imagine trying to walk or stand when the signals from your brain to your leg muscles aren't getting through clearly, or when the sensation in your feet is dulled. It makes you feel unsteady, increases your risk of tripping, and can definitely contribute to that feeling of having weak legs. This isn't about the small amounts of B6 you get from a balanced diet. Mind you, foods like chicken, fish, potatoes, bananas, and fortified cereals all contain B6, and those amounts are perfectly healthy and necessary. The problem usually arises when people take high-dose B6 supplements, often far exceeding the recommended daily allowance, sometimes even in megadoses for extended periods. Perhaps you've heard B6 can help with energy, or mood, or even carpal tunnel syndrome. And while it does play a role in those areas, simply taking more isn't always better and can actually cause harm. The recommended daily intake for adults over 50 is generally around 1.7 milligrams for men and 1.5 milligrams for women. However, many B6 supplements on the market contain doses of 50, 100, or even 500 milligrams, sometimes even more. When you're regularly ingesting these kinds of super high doses, your body can't process it all effectively, and that's when the toxicity can build up, leading to that nerve damage. It's truly a case where more is not just unnecessary, but actively detrimental. So, what can you do if you've been taking a B6 supplement? The very first step is to check the dosage. Are you taking something much higher than those small milligram amounts? If you are, it's crucial to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't just stop cold turkey, especially if you've been on it for a long time, as your doctor can guide you on safely reducing your intake or exploring alternative solutions for whatever health concern led you to take B6 in the first place. Your doctor might suggest testing your B6 levels, and if they're high. They can help you understand the best course of action to protect your nervous system and, in turn, your leg strength. Remember, your legs are your foundation for independent living, and ensuring your nerves are functioning properly is key to keeping them strong and responsive. Now that we've discussed how too much B6 can inadvertently weaken your legs, let's move on to the second vitamin that might also be contributing to that same uncomfortable sensation. Now, let's talk about the second vitamin that might be weakening your legs. And this one often comes as an even bigger surprise because it's something we're constantly told we need more of, especially as we age: vitamin D. Yes, that's right, vitamin D. We all know vitamin D is absolutely critical for bone health, helping our bodies absorb calcium, and it plays a huge role in muscle function and overall immunity. Without enough vitamin D, our bones can become brittle, and our muscles can actually feel weak, which is why doctors often recommend supplementing, particularly in areas with less sunlight. So, how can something so vital, something so often recommended, possibly be a problem for your leg strength? The key, once again, lies in the word excess. While vitamin D deficiency is widespread and certainly contributes to muscle weakness and bone issues, an overdose of vitamin D, also known as vitamin D toxicity or hypervitaminosis D, can paradoxically lead to similar symptoms, including significant muscle weakness, especially in the legs, and a general feeling of fatigue. This is because extremely high levels of vitamin D lead to a condition called hypercalcemia, which means you have too much calcium in your blood. Our bodies are incredibly complex and strive for balance. When vitamin D levels become excessively high, it causes your body to absorb too much calcium from your gut and even to pull calcium from your bones, dumping it into your bloodstream. While calcium is essential for muscle contraction and nerve transmission, too much of it circulating freely in your blood can start to cause problems. When your blood calcium levels are too high, it can interfere with the normal electrical impulses in your muscle cells and nerve cells, leading to symptoms like muscle weakness, lethargy, confusion, nausea, and even kidney problems. Think about it. If your muscles aren't getting the right signals or are swimming in an unbalanced mineral environment, they simply won't perform optimally. That feeling of heavy, tired, or weak legs can absolutely be a symptom of vitamin D toxicity. Just like with B6, this isn't about getting a little extra sunshine or taking a standard recommended dose of a vitamin D supplement. The toxicity usually occurs when people take extremely high doses of vitamin D supplements for prolonged periods, often thousands of international units IUs above what's considered safe, without regular blood monitoring. For example, while many adults might take 1,000 or 2,000 IU daily, some individuals might mistakenly take 50,000 IU daily or weekly without proper medical supervision, believing more is better or that it will cure all their ailments. Our bodies are designed to get some vitamin D from sun exposure and from fortified foods like milk, cereals, and fatty fish. These natural sources rarely, if ever, lead to toxicity. It's almost always supplement misuse. The trick with vitamin D is finding that sweet spot. You need enough to support your bones and muscles, but not so much that it throws your entire system out of whack. And St. Jude's 100%. That's why it's so important to have your vitamin D levels checked by your doctor before you start any high-dose supplementation, and to continue monitoring those levels periodically if you are taking higher doses. They can tell you exactly what your current level is and what dosage is appropriate for you to bring you into a healthy range without pushing you into a dangerous excess. If you've been feeling unusually weak or fatigued, especially in your legs, and you're taking a high-dose vitamin D supplement, it's definitely worth bringing this up with your doctor. They might suggest a simple blood test to check your calcium and vitamin D levels. Knowing these numbers can provide valuable insight into why your legs might feel weaker and help you adjust your supplement regimen for optimal health and strength. Next, we'll dive into how understanding these two vitamins can empower you to make smarter choices for stronger legs and greater independence. So, we've talked about two surprising culprits that, when taken in excess, can actually work against your leg strength: vitamin B6 and vitamin D. It's a bit of a wake-up call, isn't it? We often assume that anything labeled a vitamin is inherently good for us, and that if a little is beneficial. More must be even better. But as we've seen, that's simply not the case when it comes to certain nutrients, especially at higher doses from supplements. When you overload your system with too much B6, you risk nerve damage that can manifest as weakness, numbness, and tingling in your legs and feet, making every step feel uncertain. And with vitamin D, while it's crucial for strong bones and muscles, going overboard can lead to dangerously high calcium levels in your blood, which ironically can also cause significant muscle weakness and fatigue, particularly in those foundational leg muscles. The core message here isn't to fear vitamins or stop taking them altogether. Far from it. It's about respecting the delicate balance your body needs and understanding that nutrition is about precision, not just accumulation. The real key to maintaining strong, stable legs as you get older isn't about megadosing on random supplements. It's about a holistic approach that prioritizes balance, listens to your body, and partners with your healthcare provider. First and foremost, always consider your diet. Whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins. Whole grains are your body's preferred source of vitamins and minerals. They provide nutrients in forms your body can easily recognize and utilize, often along with other beneficial compounds that work together synergistically. When it comes to B6, you can get plenty from everyday foods like chickpeas, salmon, chicken breast, potatoes, and bananas, without any risk of toxicity. For vitamin D, aim for some safe sun exposure, especially during warmer months, and include fatty fish like salmon or mackerel in your diet. Fortified milk and cereals are also good dietary sources. If you feel you need a supplement, perhaps because your diet is limited or you have specific deficiencies, that's where your doctor comes in. Before you start any new vitamin supplement, especially those with high doses, or if you're experiencing unexplained weakness or fatigue, have a conversation with your doctor. Ask them if certain vitamins could be contributing to your symptoms. They can perform simple blood tests to check your levels of various vitamins and minerals, identify any deficiencies, and also pinpoint if you're inadvertently consuming too much of something. This personalized approach is truly the safest and most effective way to ensure you're getting what your body needs without risking harm. Remember, your doctor is your partner in health, and they can guide you towards supplements that are truly beneficial for your specific needs. At the correct dosages, making small, informed changes to your supplement routine can make a monumental difference in how strong and confident you feel on your feet. Think about the joy of walking with confidence, climbing stairs with ease, and enjoying your independence without the nagging worry of weak legs. It's absolutely within your reach. So, I truly hope this conversation has given you something valuable to think about regarding your vitamin intake and its surprising connection to your leg strength. Your well-being is so important, and taking control of these seemingly small details can have a huge impact on your quality of life. If you found this information helpful, please let me know in the comments below. Have you ever experienced muscle weakness and wondered if a vitamin could be the cause? Share your thoughts and experiences. Your story might just help someone else in our community. And if you appreciated what you learned today, please give this video a thumbs up. Liking the video helps more people like you discover this important information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical, straightforward advice on living your healthiest, happiest life after 60. We're here to help you navigate these golden years with strength, vitality, and confidence. Keep moving, keep learning, and remember, you have the power to live your best life at every age.